Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. We're pregame. Bishop Guertin is hosting Nashua High North Boys Division I football. Hello, I'm John Collins, along with Tom King. It is a beautiful evening here in New Hampshire, in Nashua, Tom. We had a football night last night, good for the players. This is much better for the fans that have shown up tonight.
Yeah, it is, John. It's been a warm day. I was at Litchfield earlier today to see Campbell play Laconia. It was a nice day. There was a breeze out. This is going to be much more comfortable for the fans. They're not going to freeze and everything else. The players will be a little warm, but this is about pretty much the same way it was last week when they played Sauhegan. Tell you what, John, Guertin against North. We all know the story here. It's Curtis Harris-Lopez, number 2. What will he do tonight? How many yards will he get? You know, the whole bit. That's Guertin's, focus. North, Guertin would like to get Brendan Callahan on track. He's their wide receiver. He's their speed guy. You remember Joey Lupo last year. He's their Joey Lupo this year. So we're going to see how he can do. But the thing is, for Guertin, John, 7 points last week, 14 against Merrimack. They need to score more. And they also need to hold on to the football. 7 turnovers last week against Sauhegan. And a lot in the fourth quarter when the game was on the line. So this is something that, John Trisciani, I never heard him, the Guertin coach, as adamant in talking to his players from the sideline as he was last, and I heard him from across the way. So he was on these kids to make sure that they do the fundamental things, but he was not happy after last week's game. So we'll see. Who knows if Guertin could pull out an upset or not? North is favored in this game, but for Guertin, they're going to look for improvement. For the Titans, they've had a 2-week layoff. They haven't played since we last saw them against Nashua South because their game against Merrimack was postponed. So because of COVID. So an outbreak with Merrimack. So they need to get going again. They've done what they could. Dante Laurenti said we did what we could. We practiced every day, the whole bit. I think they only had Sundays off. A Sunday off, but we'll see how this goes for them and how sluggish things are at the start. It's almost like starting over all again.
It's Saturday night, 10/10/2020, Tom. And it is a Bishop Guertin home game, and in the COVID-19 pandemic rules, only the Bishop Guertin fans are in attendance tonight. So we welcome all of the Nashua High North fans that are watching on Nashua TV.
Yes, and I hope we have a lot,
Yep.
And they'll
it's a great team. I'm sure a lot of people are following them.
Should see a good game.
Yep, and we're excited to bring you the game where you're not allowed in to watch it in person. There's a great turnout for the BG side. The seniors are here being honored. The cheerleading team was honored before the game. There are 15 seniors on this Bishop Guertin football team.
Yeah, there
Tom,
are a lot
know.
of seniors, and they have, the thing is that their line is a little bit younger. So, last year they had a great line. We saw what they did last year. They need to get a running game going. They didn't really have one last week against Sauhegan. So, that's one of the things that they're going to be looking for. John Collins, I will see you probably in the second quarter.
That's Tom King. He will be with us here tonight on Nashua ETV's telecast of Bishop Guertin hosting Nashua High North. Welcome, everybody. Our cameraman tonight is Tim O'Neill, and our executive producer, Pete Johnson. It's time for the national anthem. Beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner to start us off tonight here at Stellos Stadium in Nashua. As the local folks know, got up into the 70s today. Very pleasant evening for football. Expected to continue, probably get down around 60 degrees tonight, but nothing really on the chilly side like it was last night. I think it was in the 40s by the time we walked out of here, in a very decisive and one-sided Nashua High South victory over Alvern by a score of 47-0. We're hoping for a much closer game here, but there is no question that Nashua North is the favored team as we begin play tonight. The Titans have been at times hitting on all cylinders, including the Curtis Harris Lopez show, both offensively and defensively. So we will expect Curtis Harris to make another big impact tonight. And we want everybody to stay healthy and have a good time here this evening here on Nashua TV's telecast of Titans versus Cardinals. And it is North that will be kicking off to start the game. End over end, it's received at about the 11-yard line up the right hash, and a heavy hit delivered by the ball carrier and by the tackler on the play. It appeared to be number 3 Daniel Fleming on the return for Guertin. A group tackle for the Titans. So 1st and 10 on their own 26 for the Cardinals. It is Dylan Santusuaso who is the quarterback for the Cardinals in the shotgun. He's got a pair of receivers split left and right. He will fake the handoff and hold on to it, and is tackled just about at the line of scrimmage by number 61, Max Ackerman, defensive lineman, not allowing Santusuaso to get started at all. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 on no gain on the play. Santusuaso faked the handoff and kept it. This time he does hand it off, run around right tackle, and 3 Titans are there to greet the ball carrier. Connor Geiber on the carry for Bishop Guertin as he turned around the corner. Actually looked like number 3 carried the ball. Third and 6, and we have a whist flag before the play. Encroachment. Was it a jump offside by the defense? We'll await the. Yes, it was. That's going to give 5 yards. Hardtown caused Titans to jump offside. It is not enough for the 1st down. It's now 3rd and short, however. Just 1 yard to go instead of 6. So good job by Santusuaso to draw the defense offside. Gain some bonus yards. 12-minute quarters in New Hampshire high school football. We are just over a minute in, and BG trying to convert the 1st down on 3rd and short. Needed to get to about the 37, and he got very close to that. And they're going to call that a BG 1st down. It was just enough to move the chains with that 5-yard penalty mixed in. So no 3 and out here for the Cardinals as they do get the 1st down. 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line as they look to the sideline to get the play call. Handoff. Plunge up the middle. A lot of traffic there to greet the ball carrier after a short gain. It is once again number 3 on the carry for the Cardinals. Dylan Fleming, a junior running back for the Cardinals, getting several touches here early, including the kick run back as balloons come out onto the field. Got loose from a grouping of balloons over by where the BG cheer team hangs out. Actually, most of them blew to the other sideline, but one had to be retrieved from right in the middle of the field behind the BG offense. Now we're set to go. Under 10 minutes, clock running here. Opening possession of the game on Saturday night, October 10 of 2020. We are live on Nashua TV. Welcome all. Handoff is to Daniel Fleming. Fleming over right tackle, got decent amount of yards on the second down carry. It's going to be 3rd and about 4. 5-yard gain by Fleming, getting most of the touches here early for the Cardinals. Some conservative play calls, nothing in the air as yet. This may be time for the first pass of the game. We'll see what BG elects to do. Santos Suazo again with the hard count. He got one of the linebackers to jump, but that's not going to draw any flags. And here comes the pass rush. The quarterback is going to throw it to the right side, and he was under heavy pressure as he hit the deck, and it goes incomplete down the right sideline. In his face was number 56, Spencer Whiting, on the pressure of the quarterback. Nearly had a sack on the play as he knocked Santos Suazo back on his keister there as he let it go. Good job by Ryan avoiding the sack, and lives to play another down here. It looks like Bishop Guertin might be going for it. We saw Alburn do a pooch punt in 3 or 4 of these situations where it was 4th and a significant chunk of yards on their own side of the field. They kind of did it as a surprise thing. That didn't appear to be a punting formation, but that doesn't bar the quarterback from trying a quick kick on the shotgun snap. BG's going to elect to call a timeout with 9 minutes even to go. First quarter, we're scoreless here on Nashua ETV. It was senior night for Bishop Guertin and for North. BG has 15 seniors. North's senior contingent is, well, it's about the same. Curtis Harris Lopez at the top of the list there as he wears number 2. If you go numerically, and then there's Chris Acevedo, Luke Cunningham, Jaden Espinal, Devin Brassetti, Kobe Marshall, Ed Brassetti, Anthony Green, Brian Wangi, Zach Masak, Travis Holbrook, Liam Novak, Ethan Nevins, Spencer Whiting, Zach McIntyre, and Jacob Sansusi, also Jesse Ninguna. We are ready, 4th and 4, and it does look like BG will punt. Getting it away is Santos Suazo, the quarterback doubling as the punter. Gets a nice bounce on the other end, a terrific bounce actually, as it rolls all the way down to the 15. Santos Suazo booted that from about the 35-yard line. So from where he was standing, I don't know exactly how they measured punts in the stat sheet, but it is a major shift of field position. Call it a 44-yard punt. So he was booting it from about the 35. It ends up on the 15. So net gain from where he was about 50 yards. So 1st and 10, first offensive possession for the Titans tonight. And it will be a running play to the left side. That is Chris Acevedo, senior wide receiver, on the end around. And let's see how much he gains there. It's a pretty good chunk on first down actually for the Titans. You'll see by the COVID rules that only the center handles the ball. The officials do not handle it. They do mark it. You might see that little orange marker down to show where the center needs to place the ball, but only the player handles it and not the game officials per the rules of the season. So Curtis Harris with the direct snap. Fake the handoff, goes around the corner, takes a hit. He's still got to actually put a foot out of bounds right there. The official on it. Curtis hands the ball over. He didn't realize that he stepped out, I think, just barely. And picked up 2. He was actually marked short of the first down yardage to gain. So good job by BG meeting the star quarterback / running back at the corner and stopping them short of the first down for the moment. It's 3rd and less than a yard, it looks like. The run to the right side and cutting it up and through. Jaden Espinal found a seam over right tackle, and he turns it into easy first down yardage. It'll be marked at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Center for the Titans, handling the shotgun snaps, will be Zach Mazak, senior offensive lineman. To his left are Spencer Whiting and Max Ackerman, who is protecting the blind side of the quarterback on left tackle. The handoff is to no one. It's a keeper for Curtis Harris Lopez. He's got some running room. He seemed to be adjusting his face mask as he ran toward the sideline. Takes a spill, but not after a huge chunk of yards beyond midfield. They'll mark it at the 48-yard line of Bishop Guertin. Another huge gain for Curtis Harris Lopez. He's got all those college offers. Chucking it out to the right side and up the sideline to the 30-yard line. So moving the ball rapidly on their first possession of the game are the Titans. Ball at the 32-yard line. And the handoff up the middle. Big hole. Espinal is to about the 20-plus yard line. He's got the first down, it appears, on the spot. So we'll give a flag, though. That could bring it back. I was wondering why they weren't moving the chains. That's because they have to await the official ruling here and see whether the Titans are about to get pushed back, and they are. Holding on North on the play. 0-0. Both teams have had one offensive possession. North still going on here. They were driving rapidly down the field until that call will back them up quite a bit, it looks like. Holding spot foul was 10 yards, and that was probably committed behind the line of scrimmage, because the difference between where Espinal ended up and where they spot the ball is over 15 yards. There's a handoff, and Anthony Green rumbles over left tackle. He is brought down by number 5 for the Cardinals, Connor Guibord. A good job to bring down the big back for North, who have so many weapons offensively. Espinal and Green complementing Curtis Harris Lopez. It's a wildcat quarterback. He's more apt to run than not on any given play. This time he's going to try a shovel pass. It was a double screen, and it was blown up by Bishop Guertin. Great defensive awareness. And it is another unsuccessful play for North on offense. So they are in danger here of handing the ball over on downs unless they can pick up 15 yards in the next 2 plays. You would imagine it is 2-down territory here. 3rd and long. Lopez sprints immediately to his left. He's looking to throw, pulls up, throws it down the sideline. It's intercepted. It was underthrown for the intended receiver, number 13. Max Sanasuaso makes the interception for the Cardinals. A heads-up play by Matt, who noticed that ball didn't have enough on it to get anywhere near the receiver, and he actually had to go into a dive and scoop it up off the turf before it hit the turf. Got his hands underneath it, made a nice catch, and it is a turnover. Curtis Harris Lopez, who is right-handed, was running left and trying to throw left, and it was disastrous results there for the Titans. So they do hand the ball over by way of the turnover. Bishop Guertin starting out 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. The handoff by Santos Suaso, and it is ball carrier swallowed up in the backfield. Number 3, Daniel Fleming. Good penetration by the North defensive line there. There was really no opening for Fleming to exploit. It's a loss of 1, 2nd down and 11 at the 16. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We are scoreless so far. North moved the ball far downfield, but victimized by their own holding penalty and then the throwaway. First pass of the game by Curtis Harris. Actually, he threw a shovel pass earlier that fell incomplete. Throw deep down the field. It was kind of a timing play and nowhere near the intended receiver, brother Matt. It was Ryan Santos-Suaso trying to hit his brother Matt Santos-Suaso, who was double covered down the right sideline. And now it'll be 3rd down and 11. So just as North felt some pressure on 3rd and extra long in their previous possession, you would imagine they're going to go after the quarterback here, the Titans pass rush, trying to get to Santos-Suaso before he can set up shop on 3rd and long. It is heavy pressure. He's hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Tight coverage near sideline by Chris Acevedo, who knocked it down. Tim Kelleher, the intended receiver, was open for just a split second, but Acevedo with closing speed, I think he got his right hand on the ball and knocked it out of bounds. Decent pass by Santos-Suaso, was under pressure as he threw it. He was hit pretty hard by that pass rush that came straight through. And at 4th down and long, BG is going to punt for the 2nd time tonight. And there's another great punt. This one is going to be fielded, and stepping out of bounds was Jaden Espinal. So despite the nice punt, though, deep in your own end, that's still going to give good field position to the Titans, who are going to start 1st and 10 at their own 39. So the Titans need to eliminate the penalties and the turnovers if they are to score the game's first points. 0-0 here with 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter on a Saturday night of 2020. Back at quarterback is Curtis Harris. Espinal's in motion. He's going to keep it. Curtis up the middle is pulled down from behind, it looked like. Number 52, Jacob Baker, was in on it. And it looked like his fellow defensive lineman, I think that was 58, Aiden Sevchik, who's up there too, and was a factor in that tackle. Quick hitter to the right side, completed from Curtis Harris, and then sneaking behind his blocks for a 1st down to the 50 before he's driven back. The receiver on the play was Espinal. Jaden Espinal on the quick pass from Curtis Harris. So well-designed blocking scheme on the yards after the catch yields a 1st down for North. Well-executed play. Bishop Guertin not unaware of what North was trying to do, but they just couldn't get to Espinal in that crowd before he got enough for 1st down yardage. 1st and 10 at midfield. Curtis Harris will hand this off to Anthony Green. Spins around through traffic. Green gets about 7 or 8 yards on the 1st down carry. Call it a gain of at least 8. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and a long 1 here for the Titans. They're needing to get to the 39 for a 1st down. A handoff, the end around. It's going to be Isaac Smith, number 24, and a flag flies as Smith is tackled as he tried to go around left end. That was number 5 making the tackle for Bishop Guertin. And another penalty is going to go against the visitors, the Titans, for the purpose of tonight's game. Of course, they're the visiting team. Connor Guibord, just a sophomore, making some nice tackles for Bishop Guertin so far tonight. BG, though, aided by the spot foul holding call, and the ball will be spotted at their own 49. So a big loss on the play. Or is it a block in the back? 2nd and 11. So Titans momentum interrupted yet again by the yellow flag. And here's Curtis Harris with Anthony Green as a blocker. Harris finds the seam and he weaves his way through traffic, and he's very close to first down yardage. Looked like he got brought down at the 40, which might be about a half a yard shy of a first down. It's going to be about 3rd and 1. Didn't seem to be a lot of space there, but Curtis Harris made the most of it. Gain of 10 on the play. Needs one more to get a first down. He has it. Heavy hit in traffic, driven back, but first down yardage for the Titans. They move the chains. 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Scoreless so far. The BG defense has definitely stepped up and made life difficult for the Titans offense. It's been a defensively dominated game. The only turnover belongs to the Cardinals. They were able to intercept Curtis Harris on a rollout pass play. They've run the ball for the most part, as they do here. The end around to Espinal, tripped up after a gain of about 6 or so toward the far sideline. Actually, they give him 7 yards on the first down carry, so it'll be 2nd and 3. Ball spotted at the 29. Clock ticking down. North threatening to score in the later stages of quarter number 1 here for the first points of the game. Green bounces it outside, finds some running room, and he's got a first down. Needed 3, he got about 5 or 6. And Anthony Green is a big headache all by himself. You know, the Bishop Guertin is keying on Curtis Harris and making sure somebody keeps track of him and whether he's faking it or holding on to it. But then Green is just all about power, and he's got a considerable amount of speed too, as we saw there. Bouncing it further outside and making first down fairly easily. So it is trips left for Curtis Harris, 3 receivers to the wide side and 1 to the right. He's going to keep it all the way and use those 3 receivers as blockers as he tries to get to the corner. He does. 15 to the 10, out at about the 9-yard line. A first down for Curtis Harris Lopez with under a minute to go now in the first quarter. The clock stops with 42 seconds remaining in the first frame. And doesn't look like anything can stop the Titans from taking the ball to the house right here, unless it's themselves, as they've been stopped a few times by penalties and walked back the other way. Appear to be on their way to putting the first points on the board for the moment. That one, though, goes over the head of Harris, and he might lose it. It's in traffic. BG seem to have more numbers near the loose ball. No indication as yet. The officials are still looking, and they do say now, well, I guess I jinxed the Titans there. I'm sorry. They were taking it down, and what could stop them? Inability to maintain control of the football. It was a kind of a high snap. Went off the fingertips of Curtis Harris, and by the time he turned around and tried to locate the ball, there was a swarm of green and yellow jerseys everywhere. And BG does secure the 2nd turnover of the game. First fumble recovery. They've also had an interception down in this end of the field. So with 34 seconds remaining in the first quarter, it's looking more like it will be a scoreless first quarter, as BG starts 1st and 10 at their own 21. The keeper for Santos Suazo, he is pulled down from behind by number 61, Max Ackerman, who will figure in a lot of tackles tonight. Always calling his name defensively. Number 61 for the Titans. So this is going to do it for the first quarter. Bishop Guertin's just going to let time expire with 4 seconds remaining and ticking down. So a hard-fought first quarter dominated by defense. Bishop Guertin's defense bending but not breaking in the first quarter, benefiting from a couple of penalties against the Titans and 2 turnovers, an interception and a fumble recovery. So securing the football will have to be a priority for the Titans as they enter the second quarter of play. Bishop Guertin coming off a loss to Sauhegan. Titans were undefeated and looking to stay that way, but they've got a fight on their hands tonight against the Cardinals in what amounts to a Cardinals home game here in the familiar confines of Stellos Stadium, where there's a good turnout here on a Saturday night by the Bishop Guertin fans and their cheer team. And a beautiful night for football here at Stellos. We welcome all of our Nashua North viewers who, by the rules, were not able to attend tonight. Fresh 12 minutes up on the scoreboard as we get set for the start of the second quarter. Mentioned the seniors on senior night for North, and the seniors tonight for the Cardinals include Brendan Callahan, Jake Goldsoff, Tim Kelleher, Calvin Jazokos, Josh Larson, Tanner McLaughlin, Aiden Meany, Cameron Offer, Matt Peaker, Dylan Santasuaso, Hayden Shattuck, Sam Sirwa, Ben Stawaz, Aiden Shevchik, and Eric Wisbowski. It'll be 2nd and 8 as we start up the second quarter. The Cardinals trying to find a formula to get something going offensively. They have been besieged for the most part. Every time they try to get a pass away, there's been heavy sack pressure in the backfield. This handoff on 2nd and 8 going nowhere near the line. The contact is made and ball carrier is made to go down immediately. Give him a yard, 3rd down and a long 7. So Bishop Guertin would seem to be forced into another passing situation here, and they've had a very tough time keeping this Titans defensive pass rush off of their quarterback. We'll see what happens on this play. Dylan Santos Suazo has receivers split to the pair to the left and right. Gets it away this time down the field, and he had a man with a step, and they're going to draw a defensive pass interference. Matt Santos Suazo, the intended receiver. Contact was made down the field, and the flag came out. A big call on 3rd and long will keep the drive alive for the Cardinals. It was Lucas Cunningham back on coverage number 5 for the Titans that got flagged, and it was a hold. He must have grabbed a piece of Matt's uniform as he sped by. So it's going to be 1st and 10. And I believe, unlike in the pros, they don't put the ball down where the pass interference happened. It's yards, right? It's a automatic first down, but it's probably only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a 10-yard penalty, but it's an automatic first down. So instead of being you watch on TV, you see the NFL where the guys are 40-yard pass play and the flag flies and they get the whole 40. Well, it's not the same in high school. 11:10 to go in the half. Santos Suazo looking to the sideline for the play call. It's the same formation we just saw, which was a pass play. Not to say that they're going to pass out of this again. Long time between plays here, but they do get it off in time apparently. Santosuaso faked the handoff. He's a run out of the shotgun. And he got decent yards on first down. At least 4-yard gain on the play. Call it 2nd and 6 from their own 36-yard line. Play call is in. Hand signals from the sideline is what Dylan was looking at. And Santosuaso is going to hand this ball up to the running back, the I-back, and in the backfield was number 51, Travis Holbrook. Blew that play up. Great defensive play for the Titans, the defensive lineman. Great penetration, and now it's another 3rd and long situation for the Cardinals. So they're 15 or 10 yards further down the field than they were when the penalty happened on the pass interference earlier. 3rd and long. See what kind of pressure that the Titans pass rush brings here again, or whether the BG line can give their quarterback a little more time. Better protection deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete. Terrific coverage by Jaden Espinal. He was actually closer to that ball than Brendan Callahan, the intended receiver. So Espinal, fleet of foot, great coverage down here. Also stayed away from any kind of interference call. It is 4th down, and in a scoreless game, a defensive battle. Be surprising if BG goes for it here. I would expect they're going to punt, and so does North. However, Dylan has not yet dropped. There he goes. A little bit deeper into punting formation are the Cardinals. He's going to throw it. It's a fake punt down the middle, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Callahan, and the Titans were ready for it. It appeared to be Devin Brassetti and Derek Finley in on the stop. A double team on the intended receiver, Callahan. Ball might have been on target, but the Titans did not leave Callahan open. And so the fake punt may backfire here depending on what the Titans do with the football. They have turned it over twice. An errant shotgun snap produced a loose ball and a fumble turnover in their last possession. Also been intercepted. And hence the 0-0 score with 9.5 minutes to go in the first half. Points at a premium here in this Saturday night contest, with Titans back on the field, and Curtis Harris Lopez following some blocks over the left side. Big opening. He bursts through. He may go all the way. He is into the end zone for a touchdown. 36-yard touchdown run right up the middle. Curtis Harris Lopez turned it into a track meet. He found just enough daylight and exploited it fully. And that is the first score of the game. 6-0. The Titans lead it with 9:24 to go in the first half. Contact made with Curtis deep in the BG secondary, but powerful runner was able to stay on his feet, kind of twisting and turning his way across the goal line. So here comes the 2-point conversion attempt, as BG will go for 2. Curtis Harris with blockers over the left side and into the end zone for 2 points, firing a flag. There is a flag right in front of that official in the middle of the field where about the ball was snapped. And we have a hold against the Titans. So if they're going to get 2 points, they're going to have to come from a further distance on the replay of the conversion try. It looks like the kicking team's going to come out instead. So somebody in that blocking scheme for the Titans grabbed a hold of somebody in green, and in light of that, the Titans are going to elect to kick for the extra point, which is going to turn into a 30-yard field goal just about here for the Titans. 30 yards distance to get this single point. Espinal on the hold. And the kick is up, and it is going to be short. Seemed to be on line, but Luke Cunningham's kick falling short of the goalposts. I think he just kind of got under it a little bit too much. He undercut the ball a little bit and kind of missed the belly of the ball. Not a kicking expert. I'll leave that to Jason Roby, who said he was on the phone with Lucas before tonight's game or earlier in the week. So it is a 6-0 advantage for the Titans. The successful two-point try called back because of holding, and then the extra point kick try falls short. So with 9:24 left, it's Bishop Guertin who's about to receive the football. Titans will receive the ball to begin the second half as they tee it up here with plenty of time left in the first half. Bishop Guertin set to receive. And Brendan Callahan back there on the near side, and also Daniel Fleming, number 3. Fleming's going to come and get it on one bounce. Daniel Fleming hit at the 20, down at about the 22. Good coverage by the Titans. Looked like it was Jordan Racinen and Dino, number 21, in on the tackle for the Titans. Got down there quick. Was able to fight off the block and make the stop. So Bishop Guertin, the question remains, can they score against this Titans defense? They do not want to see this game end in a shutout. The defense has been excellent so far tonight. The offense needs to step up if they're to have any hope. Dylan Santos Suazo on the fake handoff, and the keeper is downed after a short gain of maybe 2. I'll call it gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Under 9 minutes to go. Clock ticking down. BG has not yet been able to connect on a pass play, which would seem to be vital to their scoring hopes. 3 receivers split to the left, ready to haul down an offering from Dylan Santos Suazo if he decides to go back up to the air. He is going to keep it, and he's going to get sacked by 2 Titans in the backfield. Max Ackerman and also number 57, Toby Brown. Toby Brown and Ackerman just in the face of Dylan Santos Suazo before he could even think of making a cut on the quarterback keeper. So loss of about 5 on the play, 5 or 6. And it is 3rd and extra long here for the Cardinals. Dylan Santos Suazo in a straight drop, gets rid of it as a screen. It's incomplete. The Titans were wise to that. Charlie Bellavance, the intended receiver, and on the tackle for Nashua North, it appeared to be Spencer Whiting, the linebacker that stepped up, number 56, to make the play. So again, a North defense that's not yielding anything to the BG offense. Punting formation. Dylan Santos Suazo boots it. This one is low and bounces near the 50. It's a poison pill for North. They'll get away from it, and they'll get great field position as a result. It'll be 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. Still plenty of time left in this first half. 7:47 remaining. close game, and it isn't a close game. You get the feeling that BG's offense is going to need something really spectacular to make yards on this North defense, which has just been dominant. Welcome. Dominant North defense, the story tonight, Tom King.
Or Guertin's inability on offense.
Yeah, one or the other. I'm going to give some credit to the Titans defense for being
right. This is the first time you've seen
impenetrable.
Guertin. No, I saw him last week.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I saw last week.
Against Sauhegan.
Yep.
A little bit of struggle on offense.
Yep.
Run play by Isaac Smith. Gains about 5 on the play, maybe 4. As they look to the side, both teams go with the hand signals, Tom, to get their plays.
Yep.
Curtis Harris has had a few miscues tonight, Tom. The high shotgun snap and the interception. And he did have that great run, though, 36 yards right up the middle.
Exactly. And I kind of thought that was going to happen.
Yeah.
They were gonna just say, okay, enough's enough. We need to take advantage of this of BG's gamble, and they did.
Yeah,
and we got a flag on this play.
We do.
So.
Not quite as many
And I'll
flags
tell you what,
as last night, but we've had our share.
I'll tell you what, John.
Another hold against the Titans.
John, Harris Lopez is taking some hits.
He is.
I mean,
yeah.
they really have popped him a couple of times.
Yep, they have it. And
so
he's got his hands on his hips right now, like he's, recovering a little bit.
No, I don't think that's.
No.
That's his usual stance.
Maybe he's just pissed off. He's just mad about the flag.
No, he's just standing there, John, looking for the play. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's not get over analytical here. But he did take some shots, and especially down here on the sidelines to our left.
Gets the snap, runs to the left, and up the middle. Second and about 15, and he gets about 10 back.
You know what he's doing is he's wearing down the defense. He and that offensive line is so good for National North.
Yeah, he does a good job of following his blocks, looking for that opening so he can burst through.
He does.
Yeah, you've heard some of the hits that he's taken.
Yeah, I heard his groans after he took them too. Because it was right down there.
Yeah, he's down at the 40, which should be enough for a first down.
Should be.
Move the chains. Yep.
First down, move the chains.
So 6:12 to go in the first half. Titans trying to add to their 6-0 lead. Need to secure that football, though.
And we saw Lucas Cunningham have to make a long point after that he wasn't able to get there.
Yeah, it would have been 30 yards.
Yeah.
Espinal in the end around.
Espinal's having a good game, John.
He is.
He
Got
really
another
is.
big chunk on the first down carry.
6 yards. I mean, he's made 5 to 10 yards almost every time he's touched the ball.
Also, he's been excellent defensively on pass coverage, especially.
But they just, I mean, I don't know how much the wind is affecting things, but Guertin has not gotten the ball into Callahan's hands.
No.
And, you know, their offense is severely limited today.
Curtis Harris hands it up to Anthony Green, and he moves the pile.
Green's not as big, but he's their answer to I would say more like a Josh Campo.
Right.
You know, he's got that size. And he's much better this year, and bigger, and everything else.
So he gets it to the 32. They need to get to the 30.
Yeah, they only got 2 yards on it.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit more. Second, third down and 2.
Curtis Harris, look for him to keep it here. He's got a blocker right in front of him.
Yeah, he's got that cut.
And he bounces it out, and he's
down to the 25. He bounced to the outside, and he had that slot area that was open.
Yep.
It's almost, you look at him, John, he's almost like a soccer player. Get him the ball in space, right?
He had Zach Mashak and Liam Novak blocking in
Right,
front of him
and he
that
makes
time.
something out of nothing. He gets down to just close to the 25.
So another 1st and 10 for the Titans as they eat clock and make progress down the field, trying to double up on their 6-0 lead over the Cardinals. In motion is Espinal. He gets the handoff. He's looking for an opening. He is hit at the 20, but not before he gets about 6 yards on the 1st down carry.
Well, there it is, 5 to 10. Count on it.
Yep. Espinal has got not only pretty good speed, he's also shifty and hard to find in those piles sometimes.
Right.
Saw him do a screenplay earlier, and just sounds like watching a surfer go through a big wave, come out the other side. There's a keeper for Curtis Harris. He's on his feet. He's going to run in.
Yep.
A 20-yard touchdown run for Curtis Harris to go with his 36-yard run earlier, and just that quickly and making it look easy. Curtis Harris scores his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Great move. Harris is always great with the hesitation.
Yeah.
And he makes that hesitation, freezes the defense, and then the burst. And that just works for him. And he gets out in space, and no one can catch him. Once he gets that burst out in space, forget it, he's gone.
Yeah, because it usually means he's had time to pick his spot.
Right, and
now you're in trouble.
Right, and he picks it. Right, exactly. Now you're in trouble, and now the Titans will go for 2. Espinal. He's in.
2 points.
Yep.
It is a 14-0 Titans advantage as they make up for the missed extra point on the previous touchdown and round it off 14-0 as we play with 3:25 to go in the 1st half, and the pressure goes back on the BG offense to see if they can make some sort of progress.
Yeah, that's just it. See, they get 2 turnovers by the Titans, preventing North scores. They need to, you've got to take advantage of those. But if you can't move the football, that's a problem.
Right.
And
because if they had moved the football, those turnovers would likely have occurred deeper in North territory.
And John, I'll tell you right now, that quarterback draw does nothing for them.
No.
We saw that last week at Sauhegan, and it just didn't go anywhere. And I remember
it's not fooling anybody.
No, well, it's not fooling anybody, but also, I mean, this is a young line, and they're not getting the blocks that they need to get. So there's no open hole for Santa Suazo to go to. And they try to run Fleming, and again, this is the same thing we saw until the latter part of last year. Guertin struggling with a running game. They need a running game to take the pressure off the air attack. I mean, you saw Santa Suazo got sacked, because they know he's going to throw. If they're down, and they're down 14-0 now. And a great job by North. I mean, you're right, John. North's defense has played well, but Guertin is lacking playmakers right now.
Callahan has it at about his 5. He's running to the left side. He's textbook tackled.
And that's the first time you said that all
44.
night. It's the first time you said that all night.
True.
Callahan has it.
Jack Peters with the great tackle to bring Callahan down. And it is 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at their 24-yard line. 3:18 remaining, 1st half. I gotta start clicking on the passing game too, Tom. That would help. But
right, but I mean,
the pass rush has been so
they're under. They're basically stuck.
Right.
North knows that they're going to throw, and they'll tee off on Santos Suazo. And Josh Larson is hurt, by the way. The other quarterback he took a pop last weekend in Sauhegan and has a concussion. Now there's not a bad draw in space. You know what happened that time? Santos Suazo stepped back, faked the handoff, and then ran. And the play was able to develop.
Right. And I think he actually mostly ducked that hard hit at the end. A couple of Titans players collided on top of the ball carrier, including Curtis Harris. Their quarterback is the safety in their defensive setup. And makes a lot of tackles by coming up, reading the play.
Sure.
Number 2 there in the center of your screen. So Swasso, another design quarterback run. He is grabbed about the line of scrimmage and brought down after a short gain.
There's no burst. There's no way to get into the secondary. Guertin is just really, really being stymied on offense. They're going to need to open up and start throwing the football.
Well, they need to get to the 34 for the first down.
Well, after that, I think they're going to have to do it. But we've seen North stop them on plays like this, right?
Right. Consistently. You just need two, but it's a long two tonight.
Well, it sure is.
Empty backfield just about. No, he's going to hand it off. Up the middle, and it's a
Should have it.
first
Or
down, I
close.
believe.
Well, it's
Yeah.
going to be close.
This official here is marking them on the 35, which is enough.
It's enough, right? And it is.
Wasn't easy.
Nope.
Move the chains. So time may become a factor here, as BG's been keeping it mostly on the ground. We have 155 remaining, and they've got 65 yards to go.
Well, I think they're torn between two things: trying to score, but also trying to keep the ball away from North.
Right, that too, right?
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they don't want to go. Oh, there's a
he
snap
wasn't
that
looking,
wasn't
and the snap
expected.
was made. And Dylan Swasso forced to pounce on it for a huge loss on the play.
So much for that progress, right?
Yeah. That was disastrous for BG.
Yeah, it sure was. Would have been even more disastrous if North had recovered.
Right, that too. Yeah, you're right.
You can't advance a fumble in high school football, so he would have had to just pounce on the ball. But still, all the way back to the 14 timeout, Guertin, I believe. So they're trying to get things going. But I mean, this is a good defensive team. North, held down South. We saw what South has offensively, and they were able to keep them in check. This team, a little different deal. Need playmakers.
Yeah. 2nd and 26 upcoming here.
I can't remember the last time Guertin had. Now, we can call Joey Lupo last year a running back, but he was really a receiver. He was an all-purpose player.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time Guertin had a dynamic running back. I really can't.
Right. And
Quarterback, yes. Receivers, yes. Running backs, no.
Tom, while we have this break, I wanted to ask you, last night would have been John Lennon's 80th birthday.
Okay.
He was 40 when he was assassinated.
Yeah.
And did you find out about it the way I found out about it? John Lennon's passing?
Yeah, we all found out about it watching Howard Cosell on Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah, exactly.
It was synonymous. It was a Monday night, October 9. No, that's not October 9.
It was a Monday night in December.
In December, thank you, December, right. Two months after.
Patriots are playing Miami. And in Miami, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, 2 months after his 40th
There's
birthday.
a pass out to Callahan.
Yeah. So I wanted to mention that. It was a football sort of related, and also just the passage of time, man. I just couldn't believe that he actually was taken 40 years, at 40 years old, after all that he accomplished musically, and that was 40 years ago, last night. BG on the move.
His birthday.
His birthday, October 9th.
The assassination was in December.
Oh, you're right, 2 months later.
Yeah, let's not get that confused. And of course, last night was a double whammy for the Yankees. They lose a tough game, but they also lose Whitey Ford.
Right, at 91.
Yeah.
It was a tough day. There's a completion, the first of the game for the Cardinals.
There it is. They get the ball to Callahan.
And on 3rd and 20, they're just short of the first down, but they might actually go for it
I
here.
think you have to, don't you?
I think so. You gotta take advantage of that momentum, I think. 1:04 to go, though. It's definitely a risk.
Wait a minute. It's 4th and 4? 4th and 4. I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
take another timeout.
and I think they're going to take a timeout to.
With 1:01 to play, and you give North the ball at the 40-yard line if you don't make it. You can't run the ball. I just don't see how they're going to be able to run it. They haven't gotten more than 3 or 4 yards to carry.
Right.
So I think they're going to have to throw it.
Yeah.
Question is, do they throw it downfield, or do they try a screen, or do they try something short? Or do they, try to get tricky? Who knows,
You can see the score, 14-0. BG needing points. It pains them to give up the football here, and a chance at going down and cutting the deficit in half, and yet, as Tom's talking about there, the risks involved in giving the ball back with a minute left.
See, the problem is you kick it to Harris Lopez. All right, you do a quick kick, no time runs off the clock. So, because no one's touched the ball. So, except for the snap. Well, actually, no, once the ball snapped, the clock will start. But it's still, you're giving, if I were them now, I would quick kick. In other words, look like you're going to run an offensive play, then set Santos Rosa back, punt it, no danger of a return. North has the ball maybe down by the 30, the 25, and it's under a minute to play. That to me is the safest thing. Now, what they're doing now is they're going to set up the punt.
Yeah, this is definitely a punting formation.
Yeah, but they've got to make sure they kick it away from number 2 because, boy, I'll tell you, the killer would be a return for a touchdown or a long return that sets up a touchdown.
Jacob Baker handling the punting for the Cardinals.
And he
gets
does a
it
good
away.
job. Yep,
yeah,
he does a good job on the punt, and they kick it away, but it goes out of bounds. Clock would have stopped anyway on the change of possession, so doesn't hurt them.
Kept it away from Curtis Harris.
They keep it away from Harris, and they tick 8 seconds off the clock.
So the Titans now with a chance to score, but they're going to have to do it in 53 seconds. We saw a drive last night, Tom. 42 seconds.
And I asked Chris Keefe. I didn't ask Scott Knight. I asked Chris Keefe. I said, okay, you drive instead of taking a knee. He said, well, taking a knee was in the conversation. He said, but we didn't want to do it. Players didn't want to do it.
Right.
So they said
we opted to try a run play.
We can do this. Yep.
And they did it.
Well, 24 yards on the first carry. Oh, here we go.
Rollout.
He's
Curtis Harris under pressure.
Now he's going to keep it.
Turns the corner, runs up to first down yardage. Stiff arm. He's over the 40. A gain of about 15 yards there for Curtis Harris Lopez on the keeper. What a spectacular runner he is. And that's reminiscent of that quarterback keeper we saw last night to begin the drive the length of the field, Tom. Quick hitter to the left. And Isaac Smith is going to run up the left sideline. He's making first down yardage as he bounces to the turf. Out of bounds, they say. It'll stop the clock, or they're going to wind it. They're going to wind the clock.
Yep.
Field official kind of changed his mind there.
Yeah, he slid out of bounds. And his knee was down before he went out. So now they're at the 45 with a first down. 25
seconds and ticking down. The clock is running. Curtis Harris is running to the right. He's going to keep it. He's going toward the sideline, and he is out of bounds after about a 10-yard gain.
Well, I tell you, John, take a look and tell me who number 23 is, because he was wide open for Guertin in the second, for North in the secondary.
That's Derek Finley.
Finley was wide open. I mean, Harris could have thrown him the football, I think, and would have hit it, and it would have been up to Finley to have a step on his defender.
Yeah, I mean, Curtis Harris has no trouble convincing the defense that he's about to run the ball. So, I can see why people are being left open. Because they're just saying, I don't believe he's going to throw it. But you're right, the people are free. Now he's in
and he had another wide open receiver.
Run.
Now he's going to run. Look at his space.
To the left, 10 seconds, 9 seconds. He's out of bounds with 7 seconds left on the clock.
Will we see? All right, let's see. So what I'd do now if I were them, I would look for
Espinal.
Yeah, Espinal in the end zone.
Yeah.
Or if you've got Cunningham, because he's tall. Either way, Cunningham figures into the equation, because if they don't make it, if they can throw a quick pass, you can kick a field goal or try to.
Yeah. Well, they're
and let me tell you, if they do try and he's 0 for 2, I'm texting Jason Roby.
Yeah, you're going to interrupt his dinner at the top of the hub tonight.
Oh, is that where he is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'll definitely
With
text
his
him
brother.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Yep.
His brother's treat. He's at the top of the hub in Boston, he told us. Good for him. What a night he's got.
You know, John, I can't do it.
I know.
I cannot do a restaurant. Yeah. Indoors or outdoors. I can't do it. The mask comes off, and that's not, in my mind, that's not a good thing. Indoors or out.
I respect that, Tom.
There's a sports writer, I forget, for the LA Times, and he's on Pardon the interruption a lot on ESPN. And he works at the LA Times. And he got it. And
he did?
He did. And he said he was diligent all the way until he let his guard down twice to go out and have drinks or dinner outside with friends. And that's where he thinks he picked it up.
Probably.
You know, and that's the deal. I mean, I just can't do it. As soon as I saw that, that convinced me. I was convinced anyway, but that just reinforced it.
7 seconds remains in the first half. Little drama here about whether the Titans can convert, whether they will leave any time on the clock for a field goal, or will they get it done here. Straight drop. Curtis Harris looking to throw into the end zone. He lofts it up for grabs, and it's completed. Is
Out
it
of
a catch?
bounds,
Touchdown in the back of the end zone.
Wow, I don't know.
What a terrific play. Jaden Espinal had a step on the defender, and he was able to haul it in inbounds.
You only need 1 foot in. You know, you only need the 1 foot. And that did it. And I don't know if he got both in or not, but I think if you only need the 1 foot, it was a score. I thought, looking at it, that he was going to run out of room. And I don't know how he did it, but he did. Great play by Espinal.
Official right there indicating touchdown.
Yeah.
And it's a 20-0 advantage.
And this is with no time on the clock, and this is exactly what Guertin was afraid of.
Exactly. And Cunningham booms this one through.
And
so he's still going to text him or what?
1 out of 2.
Coach Roby, Luke Cunningham with a kick with authority that time. And
that was his best kick of the year.
21-0, and the Titans hitting on all cylinders as we go to the figurative locker rooms at halftime. Of course, the teams stay out on the field and huddle in opposite corners of Stello Stadium. So Tom, BG has got their work cut out for them in the second half.
Yes, they do. We played 1 half here at Stello Stadium. The score, it is Nashua North 21, Bishop Guertin nothing.
We'll be back with second half action here on Nashua ETV after this halftime break.
Hi, I'm Mrs. K, school nurse at Charlotte Ave, and I'm here to talk to you about face coverings and wearing them safely. You'll want to wear a cloth face mask made with multiple layers of fabric, like this. Unacceptable forms of masks are masks with vents or exhalation valves, gaiters, bandanas worn like this, and face shields without a mask underneath. There's evidence that shows that these items are not effective. Before touching your mask, the first step is to wash your hands with soap and water or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. The outside of the mask is considered dirty. There might be germs there even if we can't see them, so we need to avoid touching the outside of the mask. If you do, wash your hands. This is a surgical mask. It's blue on the outside and white on the inside, so it's pretty easy to know which side goes against my face. But a lot of our cloth face coverings are the same material on both sides, so it's a good idea to have an identifying mark to know which side is the outside, to make sure you're putting it on correctly each time. To put it on, take the mask and loop it over the ears. Pull down under your chin and pinch at the nose if you have a wire there. You want to make sure that there's no gaps so you can adjust at the loops, and make sure you're covering your nose, your mouth, and your chin. It should be snug without being too tight. Don't wear the mask under the nose. If you find it slipping down or it's uncomfortable, you may need to adjust the loops or try a different style of mask. to find the right fit. Before removing your mask, wash your hands and make sure you're 6 feet away from other people. Remove the masks by the straps and pull away from your face without touching the outside of your mask. We don't want to hang a mask from your ear or wear it under your chin. The dirty side could potentially rub germs on your face. You want to inspect the mask. If your mask is damaged, wet, or visibly dirty, it's time for a new mask. Bring your cloth face covering home and wash it. Fabric masks should be washed in hot water every day. If your mask is not soiled, wet, or damaged, and you plan to reuse it, you will store your mask in a clean bag. It should be labeled so you know which one is yours. Ideally, it should be a paper bag, or you can use a plastic baggie, but a clean bag should be used for each mask use. We'll want to fold the outside together to contain any germs and place it into the bag by the loops. You don't want to store a dirty mask in a pocket or a purse. After a mask break, like for lunch, you'll want to wash your hands and pull the mask out of the bag by the straps, and then apply the mask again. Fabric masks protect people around you. To protect yourself and prevent the spread of COVID-19, remember to wash your hands often, stay 6 feet away from other people, and avoid touching your face and mask.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. John Collins with Tom King. We're at halftime in Bishop Guertin versus Nashua High North in football, 10-10 of 2020. It was a rough first half for the Cardinals, Tom. They're hoping to bounce back offensively.
Well, rough first half for Nashua, for Bishop Guertin. They're trying to bounce back, but a great first half for Nashua North, or at least a great latter part of the second quarter.
Yeah.
And they're up 21-0. They turn a close game after turning the ball twice on drives, turning the ball over twice while they were driving. A couple of an interception and a fumble. And then they come right back down in the second quarter, bounce back. And the reason they bounce back, John, Curtis Harris-Lopez, 14 carries, 168 yards, and that'll do it. That'll do it for you, you know?
In a nutshell.
Yep.
The play that surprised me, and probably you too, the last play of the first half. It was a pass play to Espinal in the back of the end zone.
That didn't surprise us. I mean, we knew.
I did think Espinal was going to get it, but not there. It was in the back. That's
not
where you
in
throw
the
it.
back. I thought they'd throw
You
it
thought
out
Cunningham would get it back there?
Well, I thought they'd throw to Espinal on the flat maybe, or down near. But, you know, my idea is, if you're going to throw the football, and I always say this, if you're going to throw the football on third down, throw it beyond the yard mark. And if you're going to throw the football in the end zone on a make-or-break play, or make or break for a touchdown on 3rd and goal or 4th and goal, whatever it was, throw it in the end zone. And they decided to do that. But Espinal was able to get free. And, you know, Espinal has a love affair with the football, and vice versa. They find each other, always. You know, that's the way he is. The football and Espinal are meant for each other. And he found it there.
Number 7 for the Titans. Had a
If he's
great
anywhere
first
near
half.
it'll be in his hands.
And we'll see what happens here in the second half of play. We'll keep an eye on number 7, Jaden Espinal. Had such a terrific first half, along with, of course, Curtis Harris-Lopez, who was back to receive this kickoff. I thought Curtis got his sock knocked down that right shin there by accident, but maybe it's by design.
I don't know.
Maybe it's good luck. He kept it down. As he gets set to receive this kick, it's going to actually end up in the hands of Anthony Green, far sideline. He has some blockers. Green's going to cut it back to the sideline. He's at the 40.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Pulled out.
You know how he
the
got
45.
that far? Curtis Harris-Lopez just leveled the Guertin kid with a block. Unbelievable, and that's the kind of player he is. He'll take the ball and He'll let Green take the ball, and he made sure to run out ahead of Green and pop somebody in green and gold.
And that created a lot of running room for Green, who took it all the way out to the 45-yard line.
It was a crushing block. It was a great job by him.
Multifaceted player,
Yeah,
Curtis Harris
I
Lopez.
watched on purpose to see what he would do, and sure enough, he ran right up into the fray, and boom.
First and 10, the Titans starting off the second half on offense as they left off the first half on offense. Big hill to climb for the Cardinals, down by 3 scores. And they get into the backfield and they blow up the play. Starting off the second half on a very positive note, the BG defense, and led by their nose tackle, number 68, Jurassi. So good play for BG's defense. Let's see if they can double up and force Titans into a 3-and-out in their first offensive possession of the second half. Espinal's met in the backfield, and he's pulled down.
Yeah, you know what's going on here? Guertin's reading their keys. They're reading 2. They're reading 7.
Number 85 on the tackle.
You know who's going to get the ball.
Tim Kelleher, all over the ball carrier.
A lot of times you know who's going to get the ball. And, if you're Guertin, you've got to make sure you're on them and don't sit back. Harris steps back, the defense moves back. They need to attack.
3rd and 14, rolling out, looking to pass.
Here they are attacking.
Curtis Harris fakes the throw. He's going to tuck it, and he's going to get tackled short. The ball's out, but it's out of bounds.
Right.
It's going to be 4th down.
They tried to get him from the wide side, from behind, and they weren't able to catch up to him. And the one thing I heard John Trisciani say down on the field early in the game was, don't let him turn the corner. And that time they did let him turn the corner, and now it's a 4th and 2 instead of maybe being a 4th and 7, 4th and 8.
Right.
That was key. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing.
Might have been that little pass fake that bought him some extra space on 3rd and 14 to 4th and 2. And a keeper. Curtis Harris Lopez has it. He's down at about the 40 after a gain of 7.
And all that work that they did on the early part of this series,
the first 2 downs,
is out the window.
Because they let him get around the corner on 3rd down.
Around the corner on 3rd down. Yep.
That one hurts. BG coming out on defensively firing out of the second half huddle, but the halftime huddle. But it's 1st and 10 and seems to be business as usual for the Titans on offense once again here in the second half. Anthony Green is the lone running back. 3 receivers. Espinal's in motion. He'll throw it to Isaac Smith. Smith trying to slip a tackle, lunges forward for 1 yard. So good defense. Recognizing the play was Daniel Fleming, number 3, stepping up to make the tackle. Smith could have popped free, would have broken it, but nothing doing. The defense, again, stepping up on 1st down for the Cardinals, coming up with the stop. Curtis has the play. He has Isaac Smith in motion. He's going to give it to Isaac. He's off the left side. He's still on his feet. Dances inside. He's down around the 24-yard line. A terrific run for Isaac Smith.
And there's a flag way behind the play. I'd be curious to see what this is.
If that's a hole, that'll be 10 yards from the spot foul, and it's going to be it's a block in the back against the Titans.
Yeah, and it's going to be the spot at the 38-yard line where he threw the flag.
Yep. So it's a big swing here, to say the least, instead of a...
But you're going to expect stuff like this, John. It's a high school game for one thing, but it's 2, they haven't played in 2 weeks. And they hadn't played all year until 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Right? So it's not a lot of football.
Yeah, we got postponed out of the North Merrimack game.
Right.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and about 16. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line. We're in the 3rd quarter. Titans up by 3 scores. Trying to keep the drive alive. Curtis Harris Lopez rolling right.
Oh, he's got a
looking
man
to
wide
throw.
open.
And he's going to throw it short,
my.
and it is complete. Falling out of bounds as he caught it was Lucas Cunningham.
He had a receiver
Devin
wide
Brassetti,
open.
number 8.
Brassetti was no one near him. And if,
Oh, it's 81. I'm sorry, Tom. It was,
well, are
Nick
you sure about that? Let's see. Let's see
far
when he
sideline
turns.
trotting out.
No, he's walking back to the huddle.
Oh, okay. So it was the other guy.
It was
then.
right. It was in the near
yeah.
side here, wide open.
There
I
were
think it was
2
Espinal.
receivers, and you were.
I think it
you-
was
Espinal,
Espinal.
number 7.
Yeah, wide open. Absolutely wide open.
It's obviously not comfortable with throwing it deep down the field. An illegal forward pass. They said he crossed the line of
Yeah,
scrimmage.
I thought so too. I was surprised he threw it. It was very close to that point.
So he had gained a yard or 2 before he let it go, and he got nabbed, and it is a illegal forward pass on a loss of down. So it's going to be 3rd and extra long here, 3rd and about 20. Ball spotted at midfield. They need to get to the 30 for the first down. So BG's been making some inroads here defensively. They just can't get the finishing touch here on
That
Curtis
wind
Harris.
is going to affect things.
He's rolling
passing
left,
wise.
looking to pass. Flings it. It is complete.
Oh, that's a heck of a catch.
It wasn't it as going down as
Yeah.
he caught it. I think that was number 22. 22 is Ed Brassetti.
Yep, Ed Brassetti. I did a story on
Brassetti.
Brassetti twins. Yep,
Did they tell you their preferred pronunciation?
Brassetti.
It's Brassetti. Okay.
Yeah, I talked to them. That's
So
a heck of a catch by Eddie.
it was, and that's just to set up 4th and long. That
Right.
If he didn't catch that, it would have been 4th and 20. But instead, it's 4th and 8. And let's see if Curtis Harris can pull a rabbit out of his hat again here as he runs to the right, looks to pass all the way, lofts it up. He's got a man, but he overshot. Is that Espinal downfield?
I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. Yep.
He was open. And just overshooting him on the right, the rollout pass was Curtis Harris. So BG does secure the turnover on downs.
Yeah, they helped out by the yellow-colored, the yellowed hankies with the that block in the back penalty that set North all the way back, and then the other penalty against Harris, and there you go. Those are drive killers.
The positive side of that for the Titans is that they did take 3.5 minutes off the clock here in the 3rd quarter before they turned the ball over on downs. First offensive possession of the 2nd half now for the Cardinals. And Dylan Santos-Suoso getting the play call from the sideline. Near side, wide side receiver Brendan Callahan at the bottom of your screen, but he'll hand it off to the lone running back who plows forward for pretty good yards out to the 43-yard line or so, which would be a gain of 5.
Fleming, I believe, number 3.
Yep, it was Daniel Fleming. So it's 2nd down and 5 for the Cardinals. Daniel Fleming is the sole running back next to.
See, with the running game going, you
Dylan.
can try play action and do all sorts of different things. But that's the basis of their. That needs to be the base of their offense. And there
We'll
it
go
is.
back to the play. First down, ball's loose, and it's picked up by Curtis Harris Lopez, I believe, on the recovery. Yes. First turnover by a fumble or a interception by Bishop Guertin. They fumbled the ball on the run. They had the first down yardage, Tom, and it was another hard hit by the Titans defense that made the difference. Curtis Harris Lopez from his safety spot.
And there you go.
With the recovery. Yeah. So back on defense go the Cardinals.
Yeah, we didn't put turnovers in the equation, did we?
No. At the BG 49, Curtis Harris following his block, stumbles forward, levels a lineman, and is down at about the 44.
Now, see, if I'm a Guertin defender, I'd try to slap that ball out of his hand.
Yeah, that's a play that they should think about.
Yep.
5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Titans. Second possession of the 2nd half. 21 points for the Curtis Harris-led offense in the first half, including 2 runs by him, 1 for 20, 1 for 36, and a pass play that, how many yards was that? About 12, the pass play
Yes.
at the end? So he's thrown for one, run for two. He's running it again here. Far sideline, looking for room. Cuts it up, still on his feet, but he's finally met by a gang tackle and driven to the turf. Very close to a first down by forward progress.
Actually, that pass play was 17 yards.
17, thank you. Right, as time expired in the first half. Curtis Harris Lopez to Jaden Espinal in the back of the end zone. Got at least 1 foot down. They do say it's a first down. Spin move, I think, was the difference there in that run by Curtis. So 1st and 10. 6:40 to go, third quarter. Empty backfield. Now it's Isaac Smith who's going to get the handoff around left end and slips the tackle. No, he's down after about gain maybe 2.
Now they were just a step behind him. Guertin got penetration, but Smith had already had a full step ahead, and he was able to get positive yardage out of that play.
Maybe 2.5. Call it 2nd and 7. So they've gotten the ball in the hands of a few guys out of the backfield tonight. Anthony Green, Jaden Espinal, Isaac Smith, and of course Curtis Harris. Always a threat to keep it. Anthony Green is the running back, and they have blockers. Curtis following his blocks as he goes to the right side. He cuts it up, but undercut at the 35.
Yeah, because Guertin didn't let him turn the corner.
Good recognition by the BG defense, trying to cut off Curtis at the pass that time.
Yeah,
cut him off at the pass.
Give him 2 yards. It's a generous spot.
Old cowboy movie terminology. Yeah. And it's a third and
5.
5.5. So let's see what the Titans come up with here.
Now I'm looking over there. He looks over to the sideline. Do you see anybody making any kind of signals? I don't.
It's amazing. I did that earlier, and I couldn't find where he was looking either. Up the middle and breaking through is Brian Mwangi. Mwangi with his first touch of the game goes 34 yards to the house with the 4th score of the game for the Titans.
Well, we know where Guertin wasn't looking, don't we?
Exactly.
Wow.
And I was just talking about how many different people they had touched, and I should have looked it up because number 41 was suddenly in the backfield, and I said, I don't think I've called his number yet tonight.
Not tonight. We did last 2 weeks ago, but not tonight.
What a burst of speed by Brian Mwangi.
I mean, they have a lot of people.
He's a senior.
They have a lot of people who can do damage. I mean, next year, boy, the cupboard is going to be bare. It really is. They're going to lose Harris Lopez, Mwangi, Espinal, all those good linemen. It's going to be bare. I mean, they really will. I mean, really.
This is the year.
This is the year.
This is the window.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of hitting the window, Lucas Cunningham.
Lucas, 2 for 2 and 2 for 3. And
that is what Jason must have showed him right there, because you could hear that up here.
Yep.
Those good kicks. So it is a 28-0 lead
Bill
for
Thorpe
the Titans.
is handling the Roby duty tonight. That's what he texted me. So. Said he's texting Jason. So I said, okay. Go ahead.
You can tell him, Bill, that was a great kick. Another one from Lucas Cunningham. Just under 5 minutes to go, third quarter, and the Titans are in control of this football game.
They are, and they get one more touchdown. You know what that means.
Running time.
If they can get the extra point, and that's going to be on our buddy Lucas.
Oh, it will.
Oh yeah.
And by extension.
And that's what I text
Jason Roby, right?
And that's when I text him if he doesn't get it. You know,
that's funny.
Yeah. But we're jumping ahead of ourselves. I mean, you know, who knows? Guertin could probably, maybe do something to try to get an offense. It's just been so difficult. And they looked like they had they were moving the football on that series with 2 running plays and then the fumble. So the turnover hurts BG. And they're down 28-0 with 4:54 left here in the third quarter.
So we got Jason Roby at the top of the hub, Tom, and at the top of Nashua, I guess, at the greatest elevation, I would say, is Tim O'Neill right now. And Tim is our cameraman, is saying,
John, do you
what's
know,
wrong with this picture? I'm at the top of Nashua.
John, do you know where the highest elevation in Nashua is? I'll tell you.
Is it that building we used to work in over there? And
Nope. No, I'll tell you
Top
where
of
it is.
round.
I'll tell you where
All
it is
right.
after the next.
I'm interested to know
stoppage.
this piece
Yeah.
of trivia. As Callahan is driven out of bounds at about the 31.
I'm pretty sure I'm right. The highest elevation is Joanne Merrill Field at Riviera University.
Ooh.
Way up on that hill. Now, I don't know. You
Okay.
haven't been up. I don't know. If
No,
you've
I
been up
haven't.
There, right?
No.
You got to go up there, John.
I do.
You just have to take a stop and go up there and see the Linda Robinson Pavilion and everything they've done there. They have a great athletic facility up
I
there.
got to check it out. We haven't had a contest up there or anything yet. Not that I don't know if we will, but that's how I usually make my way around.
Right. No, we haven't because
That was Daniel Fleming, by the way, on the return, and he took it out to the 30, so it's 1st and 10. And Santa Suaso trying to slip past 3 would-be tacklers, going out of bounds beyond the 35. So a good first down gain for the Cardinals there.
Guertin has, found something at halftime that they were able to do, I think, to get the ball moving a little bit better.
Yeah, they seem to be executing their blocks better for Santa Suaso.
It seems that way. It seems that they're making the cuts, they're making the moves. Fleming ran hard on those 2 plays before he fumbled. Those things are happening. I think it was Fleming that fumbled, but I'm not sure.
2nd and 5. Callahan's in motion and looking to hit him off his fingertips. Lucky it wasn't intercepted
that's one
by
of those plays where it could go from one fingertip
Yeah.
to another
Yeah.
and all the way into the end zone.
Devin Brassetti was in the area. So they sent Callahan in motion and tried to hit him with a running start coming out of the backfield. Nothing doing.
Speaking of running starts, let's see if Guertin or if North decides they're going to blitz Santa Suaso on this play. See if they want to make
Yeah.
try to rush him.
Well,
extra.
a name I haven't called yet this half is Max Ackerman, and number 61. I would think he might make his presence felt on this play. We'll find out. Santa Suaso needs some protection, and he needs 5 yards. He's got good time, throws it down the field at the double coverage. It's knocked to the turf. He was seeking brother Matt, and he was double covered by Jaden Espinal and teammate Ed Brassetti. Devin Brassetti.
Boy, you'd think the double coverage would be on Callahan and not the younger Santa Suaso.
I agree.
But
They were very alert to the deep man that
they
time.
sure were. They weren't going to let anything get by them, and now Guertin's going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, that was pretty ambitious pass when you needed just 5, Tom, do you think?
Yep.
Maybe he's hitting somebody over the middle. They need to get to the 40. On 4th down, here comes the pass rush again. He has to get rid of it, and he does.
Wide open.
And it is completed down the field. Excellent execution for Bishop Guertin that time. And picking up the blitzer in the backfield, too, was a key. Number 5 on the reception for the Cardinals.
Longest gain for them of the night. 21 yards. 21 yards? No, I'm sorry, 19 yards.
Dylan Santa Suaso with the 21-yard completion.
19.
19?
19, yeah.
Thank you.
35 to the 46.
Connor Guibord on the reception. And a hard hit as he went to the turf. Curtis Harris nearly taking the top half of the quarterback off with that hit. And it's a gain of just 1. Ball down at the 45-yard line, 2nd and 9. So BG with a thrilling conversion on 4th down that time, finding the wide open Connor Guibord. And there's a flag that we have.
Delay game.
Unsportsmanlike against the Cardinals.
Well, Santa Suaso or somebody was complaining. They
And
thought
he-
that the
is
Harris's
he
hit was
ejecting
helmet to
somebody?
helmet. So, no, I haven't seen anybody leave the field.
No.
That's a bad
Yeah, that
penalty.
had to be a verbal. That had to be somebody
That
said
is
something
just
wrong.
a bad penalty. Boy,
Whatever was said, Tom, the lead official, the referee in the white hat, wasn't having it.
Now, it may have come from the sidelines.
Yep,
or it
and
may
there's
have
going
come
to be
from
a
the
talk
field.
here now between the head
Yep,
coach.
between John Trisciani and the officials. Yep.
Big penalty.
And that doesn't seem to be Trisciani saying, you shouldn't have flagged me. It seems to be Trisciani wanting to know what happened.
Yeah.
If I look at that.
Yeah, I agree. To be fully informed about how he wants to address it with the player.
Second down and 24 from the 45-yard line.
And with that in mind, the coach has called a timeout.
Yep.
He wants to have that talk now.
Yeah, no kidding. 3:31 left here in the third period. 28-0 in favor of Nashua North.
And kind of a hushed
He's still
silence
talking to
on
the
field.
official. If you watch it, John Trisciani hasn't talked to his players. He's talking to the official.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Bishop Guertin will try to regroup, but they've been faced with 2nd and 24 when play resumes here.
But that is a killer. A bad penalty. But it would be even more of a bad penalty if the game was closer. It's 28-0, so, it's...
Right.
And the way, the way Guertin's played offense, right, you don't see them getting 4 touchdowns in this game unless their defense can turn a couple.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only way that I see them being able to do that.
So we have a timeout called by Bishop Guertin with 3:30 to go in the third quarter, trailing 28-0 and trying to score their first points of the night, and done in by something that may have been said by a member of the Bishop Guertin team, causing a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike in a dead ball foul. Coach called a timeout on the heels of that after talking to the official at length. And now we're set to resume. It's 2nd and 24. Again, we welcome all of our Nashua High North fans unable to attend the game because of the rules. Hopefully you've been joining us for a very impressive performance offensively and defensively by the Nashua High North Titans in their first game in a couple of weeks.
Yes, definitely.
So apparently the play wasn't called until they went back out there because they're hand signaling it in now.
Oh, telling you.
Straight drop. Santaswasa with time, puts it up, and it's out of bounds. Closest to it was Jaden Espinal.
The sideline route doesn't seem to be there because Espinal will cut off Callahan wherever he can.
Yeah. Espinal is a heads-up player with speed. He is probably not where you want to throw it.
You know what
the other side might be
better. You know what
better.
BG is missing, John, a little bit too, is they're missing a tight end. They're missing.
They've had some good tight ends in the
past. They're missing a Kyle Baker. That's what they're missing. They really could use that.
There's a name, yeah.
Yeah. They could use that. That's what they're missing right now.
Exactly. Yeah, a threat.
Well, somebody to take
up.
the pressure off the receivers.
Slanting in, and it is complete, and a big stick put on. Did he hold on to the football? Flags down.
I think he did, but he's
the
paying
celebration?
For it.
I think it was the celebration that drew the flag, Tom, of the other players.
It's on Brissetti, I believe, right? Was Brissetti with the hit, Devin?
Yeah, it was number 8.
That's Devin's forte.
No, actually it was number 44, I think, Tom, on the hit. Yeah, that was Jack Peters, who brings a load as a sophomore. Number 44, I believe, on the hit. And the coach is talking to him now. I don't know what about.
Well, he was down on the ground. He's got to come out of the game.
I'm talking about the Titans player that made the tackle. He's talking to his coach over there. I don't think he did anything wrong. That was a really hard hit, though. And it's good to see the receiver get back to his feet.
Let's see, where was the catch made? At the 50?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it might have been the celebration after
Yeah, I
by
don't
a
think
different
so.
player, no?
No, I don't think it was a celebration.
Okay.
It must have been a hit.
The hit.
You know?
Defenseless receiver?
I mean, you can jump up and down and celebrate after a defensive play.
I guess you can.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
can. Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah. I don't know. There's
I mean,
always
they
some.
didn't taunt, right?
Well, that's the thing. I think they might have.
Well, if they said something.
Right. I think there might have been a taunt in there.
Either way, it's a 15-yard penalty, and Guertin's got a 1st and 10 at
That's the word,
35-yard
not
line.
celebration. Taunt is what I should have
taunting.
said.
Yeah.
So, 1st and 10. Big call the other way. Wow. Holding on to it, Dylan Santaswasa looking for a seam or an opening. He gets to the 34 maybe? Just inside
Just
the
barely.
35, yeah.
Sucking in a long 9.
Right. Half a yard, if that. No gain. .230 left to go, 3rd quarter. Couple of big penalties either way. Unsportsmanlike against the
And again, you can hear
Cardinals,
it. I'm sure
yeah.
you're hearing it at home if you're watching the wind. Because I'm outside, so I don't know how much that is affecting the microphone, but
we can hear it.
yeah, we can hear it all the way through.
Callahan's in motion. The handoff's up the middle and met at the line of scrimmage and driven back. The BG ball carrier, number 26 for the Cardinals. Charlie Bellavance.
Who carried a little bit last week, and we haven't heard his name much tonight at all.
He's a sophomore,
No gain
running
again.
back.
3rd and 10.
Yeah, that's been a good defensive front for the Titans. As you see Travis Holbrook trot off the field and Max Ackerman come back on. They're pretty deep as well.
Aren't they though?
Yeah, Toby Brown is up front, number 57. Dan Santaswasa's got a little bit of time. He's got it complete. One man to beat down the sideline and into the end zone for a touchdown. Bishop Guertin from their own 35-yard line. Dylan Santaswaso. Is that number 17, Tom?
Looked it, doesn't it?
Yep.
Looks like 17 to me.
What a play. Had one man to beat and did so for the 35-yard touchdown.
All of a sudden, you
reception.
see two receivers in the area. You go, uh-oh, but that receiver comes back to the ball and then turns and pivots and gets a jump on the defender and is in for the touchdown.
Rich, did you have the name on that, the receiver? Oh, his brother is Matt Santaswaso.
Okay. Bad
And a
snap.
flub snap, and they're going to get tackled for a loss on this. So it is a 6-point score only for the Cardinals, 28-6. So a 22-point lead. I guess we can forget about running time for the moment, Tom. As the Titans are about to get the ball back with 1:14 to go, 3rd quarter.
The entire North defense is going to start to run laps now.
You know what? There's
Or whoever missed that tackle or got the step behind younger, was it
Matt Santaswaso, yeah.
That was a nice play offensively.
Yeah, it was.
Not a good play defensively. Wade is starting to be a factor here, I think.
Just for you, though.
Well, let's see. It's going.
No, you're outside. I know.
That
Yeah,
pass-
on the field, right?
That pass was against the wind, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the wind's going. The wind's going left to right.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not sure how many yards that he got after the catch.
He got about 15 after the catch.
Okay, so he threw it from about the. Well, he was in the drop of about 5 yards.
He had to fire it.
Yeah, you had to throw it at least 20 yards in the
Right,
air, maybe
exactly.
25. And the brother combo scores for BG. Dylan to Matt Santaswaso, and we have a score on the board for Bishop Guertin, who will not be shut out tonight. There's still a full quarter to go. 1:14 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
So let's see. Do they onside kick?
BG's, as a school, have had a lot of talented kickers over the years in soccer.
I squib it. I don't know if I onside it, but at least I ground it.
Let's see.
Especially with the wind, because it's going to die around the 35-yard line if the wind is at full gust.
And it is
They're going to go
end over end.
Yeah, it makes it further than I thought. The 17.
That maybe Isaac Smith, who gets tackled at
Yeah.
about the 34, 34-yard line.
Which is probably where they would have been if they grounded it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
The onside kick is becoming more and more an art form at the NFL level. I see
it's
people
hard.
experimenting with helicopter spins and.
well, it's hard. Because
Yeah,
of
it
the
is
rules,
hard.
Because of the
You
rules.
can't get a running start anymore, right?
Yeah, and
So they're trying to come up with these creative kicks that are harder to field.
Yep.
And I really like the one where they are able to make it pop up in the air like a jump ball. That's really hard
That's
to do.
the one.
Though.
That's the play.
Yeah.
That's the best kick to make because you force the defender to have good hands and make a catch.
Yeah, and you also get a little more time with air time to get the tacklers down there, the
Right.
kicking team. Handoff straight up the middle, and in a bear hug, I believe is Anthony Green. He won't go down, but they call him for progress stopped at the 35.
Again, if you're at home, you can hear that wind through our microphones right now.
Yeah. So consistent first down stops here by the Bishop Guertin defense. It's just that Curtis Harris has been able to improvise and beat it. That first and second down surge that the Cardinals have been getting, not been able to sustain it at the third and fourth down. Curtis Harris jukes, gets maybe one or two. Good defense again on second down for the Cardinals. Matt Santaswasa coming up from his free safety position to join the gang tackle. So some good football IQ, some recognition of the play early by the BG defense as they swarm the ball carrier,
Well,
Curtis Harris Lopez.
3rd and 7 now, so this is where North has made its money on third and fourth downs, right?
Yes. They found a way
We
to
gotta
spring
get it.
somebody.
Yeah.
And twisting, throwing it back the other way, and there's a
there's
lot of
nobody
blockers.
there. Yep, a lot of blockers and not many green shirts.
Heavy hit on Lucas
they
Cunningham
could- they
after
could-
he gets the first
They
down.
can cheer all they want, but it's not. It's a first down for North.
Yep.
You know.
You can cheer all you want, but you can't
Right.
taunt, apparently.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, you can cheer all you want, but it didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
The play was in favor. That was a good play for North with Cunningham. You know.
Yeah,
The hard hit means nothing.
I would say that too, Tom. You shouldn't celebrate, or, if it's short of the first down, that's a different
that's
story.
solid, right? Exactly. So.
What do we got going on here? Is this
I
a
don't know.
timeout?
They're taking some notes and stuff like that. Oh, it's the end of the quarter. And we have played 3 quarters
right.
here at Stello Stadium, everybody. And the score is Nashua North 28, Bishop Guertin 6. Here, as I guess we're going to, on the roller coaster of temperatures, go back down into the cooler air tomorrow. I had the shorts on today after after wearing layers here last night.
I hate to say it, but I think that might be the last time we see 70s
I
for a
would
while.
think so. I looked at the extended, and it doesn't seem to be in
In the cards.
in our world.
Yeah. Although there has been winters over the years, and you probably remember we had I think it was 85 one January day about 10 years ago.
Well,
I
John,
remember.
I did a game at.
You never know, in other words.
It was we had a temperature reach 70 in January this past year.
This past year?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, then people started talking about the global warming and all that.
Yeah.
Curtis Harris chopped down in the backfield.
Wow.
And who got that? 85. Another Tim Kelleher. Another good play by Kelleher getting in the backfield. And once again, on first or second down, BG's defense has been terrific, but they have to stop him here on later downs. That was first down stop. A loss on the play. Look out for Mwangi. He's back out there. He's touched the ball once. 34-yard touchdown run, number 41 in the slot. Curtis all by himself back there. Isaac Smith's in motion. He'll get the handoff. Going around left end. Going to cut it back out, still on his feet, bounces off the would-be tackle, gets 5 more to the 45-yard line. BG had a chance for a big stop there, but Isaac Smith with yards after contact. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4.
Isaac Smith just looked like a running back on that play, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Vision, spinning, moving.
Tough to bring down.
Yep. It's 7 yards.
Isaac Gay
actually 8
Jr. will be
yards.
back next year and probably will be the featured back next year. As Tom talked about all the seniors that will graduate from this team. Swinging it to Mwangi. He juggles it. He's still juggling. He has it, and he goes forward close to 1st down yardage.
How did he ever keep
That's the question. How
ball?
did he maintain possession
and you know what?
and
The
not
thing-
get it knocked away?
Yeah, and the thing is no one near him, and they're not accounting for him. So there's
Right.
nobody in space that penetrated. So I mean, if there was somebody there, they could have just swatted the ball away.
If not for the bobble, Brian probably would have got the 1st down easily, but he
Yep.
got
And
stopped.
I'm going to call that a lateral. That was straight even.
Okay.
So I'm going to call that a rushing play from Mwangi.
4th and short for the Titans. Be very surprised if Curtis throws this. He just doesn't. He's going to run it off tackle.
4th
I
and
think.
2 from the 43.
Up the middle, and
And
he stopped
Oh,
short.
Looks like it's going to be close.
He needed to get to the
40 for the
big
40
stripe,
yard.
Tom. I
Yeah.
think they're going to stop him this
I
time.
think so too. I'm looking
A
at
rare
I'm
time.
looking at the stick, and the stick
Yeah.
is not on the stripe. So
No, the official's going to mark it short of the
Yep.
40. And that is a stop for the Bishop Guertin defense. They get the ball on downs. Always a shock when Curtis Harris doesn't get the necessary yards.
yeah, on a short play like that.
Yeah, and you feel like if he goes outside, he gets it
On a
every
short
time.
play,
but-
you're thinking he's going to have it.
Right. Great job by the interior of the Bishop Guertin line to stuff that play. 9.5 minutes, 9:38 to be exact in the 4th quarter. And BG following up their first score of the game with a defensive stop. Getting the ball back, chance to.
No, wait a minute. No, they
No?
don't.
What
No,
happened?
They call it a 1st down.
Oh, they called it a
Yeah,
first
look
down.
at where the stick was. The stick was not at the stripe, John. The stick was before the stripe.
Oh, okay.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
I
no,
saw some
I
BG
watched.
celebrating going on. I
Yeah,
thought they
so did
stopped
I.
him.
And I looked at the stick, and that's why I was saying. I was
Yeah, I
saying,
guess
you
I
know,
can't see it. I got
Yep.
lost track of the perspective. I thought it was on the 40
Yep.
and it wasn't. So they didn't have to get to the 40, and it's a 1st down after all.
And was that Harris?
Yeah.
Lopez on the carry? Yeah, okay.
A little
He
confusing.
lost a yard there.
Right. So again, 1st down, BG good on
Yep.
defense.
I mean, I look at the sticks, and that's
Yep.
the thing. And I never saw an official wave 1st down.
Curtis up the middle, and he's going to be stopped after another short gain on 2nd down.
Well, you got a good solid 4 yards. 3 or 4. They're going to mark it probably at the 39.
39.
Yeah, well, maybe beyond the 39, the 38-yard line, just barely the 38.
Right. So he had lost 2, so he gained 4.
So
and
it's 3rd and a long
37.
7 from the 38-yard line.
Clock counting down. The clock is the friend of the Titans right now as they
Sure is.
eat clock and move the ball. Another key 3rd down play for this Titans offense. Dropping back to pass, it's a bubble screen to Mwangi. He stumbled down at the 35. That might have cost him a chance
Yeah,
at the 1st down.
he stumbled, and there wasn't a lot of blocking out in front of him because he had basically outrun his blockers. Looked like.
So it's 4th and 4. No question that the Titans are going for it here at this part of the point on the field. And with Curtis Harris Lopez at quarterback, Isaac Smith going to get in the I-back formation here. Got Mwangi up front as a possible blocker. They need 4 yards to keep the ball. Rolling out, Curtis Harris looking to run. Squeezes through an opening, refusing to go down until he gets very close to the 1st down marker. Might have it. Let's see. It was 4th down. They say, yes, he got it. Once again, Tom, just enough.
Just inside the Bishop Guertin 31-yard line, 1st and 10.
turned upfield, put his shoulder down. Got what he needed to get to maintain possession on 4th down. Just enough. First and 10 now for the Titans. Handoff, straight handoff to, is that Anthony Green? First touch in a while. Inside the 25. Big chunk for Anthony Green on the first down carry. It's going to be second and about 3. .640 to go. It's about the closest thing to running time we've seen tonight is the Titans just run it, and the clock runs along with them. Shotgun snap, handoff to Mwangi. Over right guard, and first down and more. The Titans moving the ball smartly here in the 4th quarter.
That's the way you do it.
Oh, yeah.
Run straight ahead, keep the clock ticking. You got a 3-touchdown lead and an extra point. That's the way to do it.
Solid performance again here tonight by Nashua High North. Appear to be keeping their record unblemished. Mwangi up the middle, still on his feet, stiff arms, gets down inside the 5.
Oh, he is tough, isn't he?
He is tough.
He really is. Looks like he's down around the 3. See where they mark it. They're at the 4.
Picks up 14, make it first down and goal at the Cardinal 4.
Let's see. Pete wants me to look at something.
Touchdown.
Into the end zone. Mwangi gets the carry. A nice touch by the Titan coaching staff to keep that in the hands of Brian, who did so much work on that drive, and he gets his second score of the game. So Mwangi scored from 34 yards out earlier with a shorter plunge here, and it's a 34-6 advantage now with the extra point to come by the Titans. Final last night, Oil City Oilers in Pennsylvania. Tom, remember how they were up 60-0 at halftime over Titusville Rockets?
Yep.
Well, the coach staff kept things fairly under control in the second half. There's this ball straight up in the air, and you can tell the top of the hub that was off the side of the crossbar, or the side of the uprights. Luke Cunningham missed to the right as he hit iron. So it was a 72-0 final in that game last night. Played at Carter Field, where John Heisman played his high school football, in the same field for Titusville from 1884 to 1886.
Yeah, I think I watched him play once.
The guy they named the Heisman Trophy after played for Titusville Rockets in the 1880s.
Yeah.
By the way, oil was discovered in Titusville by Colonel Edwin Drake in 1859. Oil City was the home to both Quaker State and Pennzoil for many years.
We all get warmer, but we get poorer.
Yeah, you get oil heat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do.
Oil City. Wow, that's the education station in full effect right
It
there
is.
from
It
Pete
really
Johnson.
Is. Yeah.
Titusville, Pennsylvania.
The producer produces.
Yes.
That is good info.
Home to the Heisman Trophy, Quaker State, Pennzoil. That's America. All right, so Titans off a successful drive.
This wind is starting to bother me. You know why, John? Because later on I want to grill burgers, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with this wind. It'll be difficult. It's all about me, remember
I
that.
know it. That was what makes it fun to listen to you
You know
complain.
What else? You know what? Yeah, exactly. But you know what else is going to make it fun is the fact I won't have to see you for a week. So
what do we have next?
I think it's next Friday, right?
Yeah.
It'll be South against Merrimack.
Merrimack back on the field and back on TV, and South building on a win
as
last
long
night.
As things,
you never know, right?
Everything
This year,
everything is up in the
in
air.
flux,
It's week to week, day to day.
That's right. Stay tuned to Tom and the Telegraph and on Twitter to find out whether we have a game or not in the days ahead. 34-6 A 28-point lead for the Cardinals with 5:42 remaining. Sure, they'd love to put some more points up on the board.
Interesting game next Friday night. BG will play another out of division again. Another divisional power is Trinity, which 3 years ago had to basically just go JV and cancel its varsity season, and now they've been a powerhouse.
Yeah.
With a state championship.
26 on the carry for Bishop Guertin, Charlie Bellavance. And he got 4, second and a long 6. As the clock rolls, 5:15 to go in the game. The man who scored the touchdown for Bishop Guertin, Matt Santasuaso, switches positions into the slot prior to the snap. And the handoff is to Bellavance. He's around right corner and he has a first down.
Yeah, and I would imagine, I'm looking at the numbers. I don't see a lot of familiar numbers out there. I think most of the Espinal, I think, is out there still deep as a safety, but everybody else, I think,
taking Curtis Harris's spot.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Yep.
And
see, was that Santasuaso on the carry?
that was Bellavance.
Bellavance again. Huh?
Carded, yeah, and he got the first down out to the 32. First and 10 for the Cardinals. 4.5 minutes to go. Clock running. And the wind takes its toll up on the roof. Hope everybody's okay.
Yeah, nothing lands on me.
Oh yeah, exactly. Watch out. Down the right
dart.
sideline, and Matt has it. What a pass
That was
from
a
brother
dart.
Dylan. It
A
was.
dart.
And he has it at the 40-yard line. So Matt Santasuaso just scored that touchdown earlier on the receiving end of what looked like the longest pass play of the night
28 yards
for
on that
either
play.
team. Moves the ball rapidly downfield. And it's at the 40-yard line now. Keeper, Santasuaso, hit in the backfield and dropped. And that is number 5. That is Lucas Cunningham with the penetration and the sack.
Lucas Cunningham, whose parents, until I remember the story I did on him last year, until he was a freshman, would not let him play football.
Oh. So we want to remind our audience watching live that we will replay the South Alvern game tonight at 9 p.m.
The one that was just on
Yes.
earlier.
Right. We'll watch South in action. There's a shifty play by the Bellavance. He's staying on his feet. What a run down toward the 30. He's got a first down, I believe.
Oh, yeah, he does. Well, let's see. Let's see. So you got 13 yards on that carry, depending on where they spotted short of the 30.
Did they lose yardage earlier?
Yeah, they lost it on the first play. Santasuaso got nailed.
Oh,
2
that's
yards
right,
deep.
in the backfield, of course.
So now they're at the 32.
Yeah, it didn't quite make it to the first down marker, but they are third and short. And Bellavance, some great runs. I think you're right, Tom, the second unit from North.
Yeah, I think so.
That's why you're seeing all of a sudden big
sudden,
chunks of
yeah,
yards.
Exactly.
But BG able to convert on the first down, third down carry for the first down, 34-6. They're staring up at a 28-point deficit. Trying to make that score a little bit more respectable with 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. You can hear that one up here. Bellavance greeted in the backfield by Jack Peters.
Wow. Woo.
That was loud.
That was a pop.
Peters did that earlier, Tom. He was the guy that hit the BG receiver.
Yep.
He brings a load. He's a sophomore. Number 44, Jack Peters. We are at the 2-minute mark. We do not stop it for the 2-minute warning in high school. As we churn along here, Bishop Guertin with a loss of 3 on that play, facing a 2nd and 13.
Yep, basically just looking to get one more touchdown.
Yeah.
To make them give themselves something good to go into next week against Trinity.
And
They're not going to do it that way.
Santa Suasso.
A lot of people
Yeah.
around that football, including a couple of gold jerseys that green and gold that got confused. Looked like.
Yeah, Daniel Fleming and Santa Suasso kind of almost colliding there,
Yeah.
but the good thing is they didn't drop the ball between them. And it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 14. And this is where you start looking, where is Matt Santa Suasso on the field? He's come up with some long receptions. He is at the bottom of your screen, number 13 for the Cardinals. Santa Suasso's gonna roll to his right. Throws it on the run. Incomplete.
Looked like that pass had something off it. It was wobbly a little bit.
Yeah, Connor Guibard was the intended receiver. It's 4th down, and BG will go for it at this point on the field, and also
We are under a minute with 58 ticks left to play.
58 seconds left. So will they be able to convert? We'll find out. Santa Suasso, straight drop. They pick up the blitz.
Corner
Throws
of the
deep
end
down
zone. Too
and
many
it
white
is
shirts.
Incomplete.
Too many white
Yeah.
shirts there.
Tightly covered pass play.
And again, John, that's where you missed the tight end.
Yeah.
You know.
Brendan Callahan, the intended receiver.
All right, John Collins.
Yep.
That will do it here with 51 seconds to play.
North takes over and
Yep.
doesn't have to do anything but take a knee.
Right, and I don't have to do anything with you until next Friday.
Let's see you then. Good job, Tom King, and we will see you then. So, let's see how North wants to play it, whether they're just going to run one or it looks like they're actually going to run a play here. Clock has not yet resumed. Now it does. It's rolling with 50 seconds left. And what do we have? Delay a game, I think it was. Moving it back 5 yards. Maybe they just spotted it in the wrong place. Clock is running, 25 seconds. And Curtis Harris Lopez, I would be surprised if he does anything but take a knee here, and he does. So that'll do it. That's the last play of the game tonight. I want to thank our public address announcer tonight, Rich McDonough, for helping out, doing a great job on the PA. And thank our cameraman, Tim O'Neill, Tom King, and our executive producer, Pete Johnson. I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching. Congratulations to Nashua High North. 34-6, they defeat Bishop Guertin on senior night here at Stellos. Stay tuned for South against Alvern football here on Nashua ETV at 9 o'clock. And good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.
Thank you to everybody. And once again, good luck to all the seniors out here.